Okay, just because we're a little on the nutsy side tonight, we're going to do a fourth game. Alright, just because we're a little on the nutsy side, we're going to do a fourth game. And this is from 1967, so the picture. Okay, oh, there we go. I take that back. Here we go. Okay, we're going to do a fourth game. This is from 1967. It'll be the Detroit Tigers at the California Angels. McLain versus McLain versus Brunet. Pitchers have to bat in this game, which is why I like it even better. It makes more strategy for me, especially with the way this game plays. Everybody knows my weird opinion about NP3 after the with the designated hitter. I've pretty much lapsed to National League Baseball only, and I refuse to do that. So, with much further ado, we're going to bring up the 1967 season also in Baseball Reference. So I have a reference behind me. Again, like I said, we're going to have the California Angels versus the Detroit Tigers. Detroit Tigers, one of the leading teams in 1967. First game of the season for both. In real life, it was the California Angels 4, the Tigers 2. George Brunet pitched a gem. Did a pretty good job of it. So, without further ado, here we go. Don Wirt is our first batter up for the Detroit Tigers. He'll be playing third base today. Here's the pitch. It is a 63, and he flies out to our center fielder, Jose Cardinal. Very simple play going on here. Dick Trzaskowski is our batter. He's our shortstop. And he'll be pitching. Here goes Brunet. Here's the pitch. It's a 13. And Brunet walks the man. And Trzaskowski stays. We have a runner on first base already. Norm Cash is our batter. First baseman, Detroit. Here's the pitch by Brunet. It is a 36. And he hits off pop-up to our third baseman today, which is Schall. And we'll get him up right off the bat. We'll get his first name in a second. Not if we get his first name right now. His name is Paul Schall. He is our third baseman for the day for this game. And Trzaskowski stays at first. Al Kaline, perennial power hitter, perennial great hitter in the American League, eventual Hall of Famer, is up. Here's the pitch. It is a 15. Kaline does ground out to our third baseman, Schall, and it's the end of the top of the first. No runs for Detroit, no hits, and a walk. Paul Schall is the man's name, and he is up to bat. Here's the pitch by Denny McLain, who in 1967, by the way, for real, went 17-16 in 1967. For all his numbers and everything he did, including the last man to hit 131 games, this man will never make the Hall of Fame unless the old-timers think otherwise. So, without further ado, here we go. Here's the pitch to Paul Schall, and it is a 64. Paul Schall grounds up, pops it out to Denny McLain. McLain throws it over to Norm Cash for the out, one away. Jim Fregosi, shortstop. Here's the pitch, 62, and we got the potential for an error. No, and Jim Fregosi grounds out to Norm Cash unassisted. And there are now two away. Jimmy Hall is our batter. Jimmy Hall in 1967 had a slugging percentage of .404, played in 129 games. He is our right fielder today. Here's the pitch. It is a 55. And he gets a single. Possibility of always a stolen base. Does not get it. Single to left center. And Jimmy Hall is on first base, the first hit of the game for both teams. Rick Reichart is our next batter. He is playing left field today. Has a slugging percentage in 1967 of .404. on base at 320. And here's his pitch. It's a 23. And he hits into a fielder's choice to our second baseman, Dick McAuliffe. Who flips it over to Trzeski for the out. And there is there's 3 away. At the end of 1 inning, it's 0-0. Jim Northrup is our batter. Playing center field for the Detroit Tigers. Here's the pitch. It's a 56. And he is struck out by Brunet. Brunet's first strikeout of the game. Gates Brown, who was playing left field today on a rare start, if I remember right. We'll back up here. Gates Brown's our left fielder. And in 1967, I was right, he only played in 51 games. The man's notorious more as a pinch hitter. This was his value later on in his career. Only batted 187 in the season. You can see it by his on-strike percentage of a whopping 286. Here's the pitch. It is a 44. And Gates Brown grounds out to our shortstop, Jim Fregosi. Fires over to Mincher. And that takes care of the second out. Bill Freehand is our catcher. I believe he's another Hall of Famer. That's in caught Detroit for many, many years. Here's our pitch. It is a 16. And Bill Freehand grounds out to Fregosi, 6-3. 1-2-3 inning for Brunet. We're now in the bottom of the second with the score tied, 0-0. Don Mincher is our first baseman for California. Don Mincher, for anybody who reads baseball books, is notorious in ball 4. When he went over to the Seattle Pilots, he was notorious, but he also hit 25 home runs for them. In 1967, he hit 25 home runs for California and was on the All-Star team. In 1967, good first baseman, decent first baseman. Here's the pitch. Problem is, I don't know what happened to him. Here's a 35, and they got a strike on him, so we got a break here. It's a 51, and he pops out weakly to our third baseman, Don Wirt. Jose Cardinal, outfielder for the California Angels, was a fairly decent hitter, playing center field. Here's the pitch to Cardinal. It's an 11, and he's going to get a second chance here. It is a 14. It's a single. Got a chance for the stolen base. Does not get it. Hinks hits a single out to right field. K-Line grabs the ball. Cardinal is on first. Jose Cardinal in 1967. Batted 236. Yeah, a lot of teams, like I said, and as I think I mentioned, some of the year for the here, and I can look it up real quick, so I have no fear about that. Okay, Bob Rogers, our catcher for California. Here is the pitch. He has a single. Moves Cardinal over to third. Does he get a chance to get a slow base of his own? No. And there is one away. Rogers on first. Cardinal's on third. California is threatening in the top of the second. The batter is Bobby Knopp. That's how they pronounce it. Bobby Knoop or Knopp. They did not make the K silent like we normally do. He's our second baseman. Here's his chance to get the game started. Here's the pitch. It is a 21, and he has flown out to the right fielder K-line. The runners are staying on base. Nobody's advancing. The next pitcher batter up is George Brunet. It's too early in the game to take him out, guys. I got to leave him in. Here's the pitch. It's a 66. George Brunet singles to left, brings in Cardinal. And our single over to left field. Cardinal scores. Rogers trying to stretch it out to third is thrown out on a 7-5. So, without further ado, it is 1-0 California. California got 1 run on 3 hits. There were no errors, and top to third, 1-0 California. Here's the pitch. It's a 42 by Brunet. Dick McAuliffe walks second baseman, the only one, a rarity, a left-handed second baseman. He did end up with the Red Sox later on. He does get second base on the stolen base. Danny McLain is our batter. Brunet's going to be pitching to him. Brunet does not want to return McLain the favor by telling him he can't get a hit. It's a 24, and he strikes out McLain. That's Brunet's second strikeout of the game. Back up to the top of the order. Downward flew out to our center fielder, Jose Cardinal, on the top of the first. Here's the pitch. It is a 12. And Mr. Wirt, double play, line drive. The runner at second is out at second base. As I'm looking at on a 4-6. Don't know what happened, but McAuliffe tried to stretch out to second base. Kind of stupid on this one, but I'll go with that. I'm going to say he got held out at first. We need to talk to the MP3 guys. I need help on this one. We talked to guys about these cards. Frank Robinson in 1967. And plays like this. There's no way that man should have been thrown out at second base. Should have been thrown out at first. Paul Shaw's up. Grounded out in the first inning. Pitch to the first. Here is the play. It is a 61. And Shaw flies out to our right fielder, K-line, for the first out at the bottom of the third inning. Here we go. Jim Fregosi, he's 0 for 1. He also ground out to the first baseman, Norm Cash. It's a 41, and he grounds out to our shortstop, Dick Trzaskowski, who gets it over to Norm Cash for the out, and that's 2 away. Jimmy Hall. Here's the pitch. It's a 65 to Mr. Hall. Mr. Hall fouls out to Cash. Cash gets involved again, and that is 3 away. We are in the top of the fourth. Brunet is on the mound. George Brunet, who right now has got 2 walks, 2 strikeouts in 3 innings, is pitching to Dick Trzaskowski. Dick Trzaskowski in the first inning, walked. And here's the pitch. It's a 43 to Mr. T. And he hits a weak ground out ball to Brunet. Brunet fires it over to Mincher for the out, and it's 1-3 on the play for anybody's keeping score. Norm Cash is our batter. Norm Cash, the first time up, he popped out to the third baseman. Here's the pitch. It's a 32, and Cash slaps it over to Knopp. Knopp fires it over to Mincher for the out, and it's a Connet to second to third, first base, and there are now 2 away. Al Kaline's our batter. Al Kaline in the first inning, grounded out to the third baseman. Here's our pitch. It's a 52, and he grounds out to the third baseman for a second time this game. We have another 1-2-3 inning for Brunet. We're in the bottom of the fourth. Angels are up 1-0. Batter is Rick Reichart, first time up. Mr. Reichart, fielder's choice, second to short, but he's got Hall out. Here's the pitch. It's a 36 for Mr. Reichart, and he pops out to Dick McAuliffe. McAuliffe squeezes the ball, and we have 1 away. Don Mincher, 0 for 1. Don Mincher popped out very weakly to our third baseman. Here's the pitch. It's a 26. Don Mincher racks the ball out to right field. K-Line runs up and grabs it, and we have an out. By the way, the game is being played at the new California Angel Stadium, no longer at Chavez Ravine. Next batter up is Jose Cardinal. He has scored the only run. He singled in the third, in the second, scored on the single by George Brunet. Here's the pitch. It's a 12. And Cardinal hits it over to McAuliffe. McAuliffe fires over to Cash for the out. And it's a 1-2-3 inning for Danny McLain and the Detroit Tigers. We're in the top of the fifth. Batter is Jim Northrup. Here's the pitch. It's a 62. Jim Northrup grounds out over to Don Mincher, who very easily fields the ball, steps on the back, and we have 1 out in the top of the fifth. Gates Brown is our batter, left fielder. Again, like I said, he didn't hit for anything this season, so he's got a lot of loads up here if he was ever a pinch hitter. 63. If you ever would need him for a pinch hitter, I would use him. All you do is get him on that 0. And he has flown out to our right fielder, Hall. There is now 2 down in the top of the fifth. Batter up is Bill Freehan. Bill Freehan grounded out to our shortstop, Jim Fregosi. Here's the pitch. It is a 25. And Bill Freehan has gotten the first hit of the game. Stays on first. And he singles out to left center. First hit of the game for the Detroit Tigers in the top of the 5th. He is on first. Brunet did a great job. He held out. Got 14 outs before the first hit. Had a couple walks here, though. Here's the pitch. 2. Dick McAuliffe. It's a 66. And Dick McAuliffe turns around and just sacks it back up over the left field wall of California for a 2-run home run. And Detroit now has a 2-1 lead based on a home run by Dick McAuliffe, of all people. Danny McLain is our batter. Here's the pitch. It's a 16 to McLain, and he fires a ground out to Fregosi. Fregosi slugs over the Mincher. The damage really has been done now. It is 2-1 Detroit on a 2-run home run by Dick McAuliffe in the 5th inning. And the Californians are up. They need to answer this back. Bob Rogers is our batter. Here's the pitch by McLain. It is a 45. And Bob Rogers walks. And is on first base in top bottom of the 5th. Singled his first time up, though. And then he got nailed on the run. He got picked off by Gates Brown. Bobby Knoop is our batter. And here we go. Going to try to advance our man. It's a 62. Got a chance here. Hold on. And it's a fielder's choice. Unfortunately, third over the shortstop. Bobby Knoop is safe on first. But there was a poor bunt as our lead runner got picked off. George Brunet is our batter. He is 1 for 1 today. Here we go. It's a 43 for Brunet. Another fielder's choice. And Bobby Knoop is out. That went to Danny McLain. McLain turned around, fired over to the shortstop. Another weak hit. And the batter is Paul Shaw, who's 0 for 2 today. Last time up, he did fly out to Al Kaline. And here's the pitch. It's a 64 for Shaw. Shaw also pops out over to grounds out over to McLain. McLain fires over to Cash, and he is out. California Blue, 2 good chances on poor bunts, poor bunting, poor hitting, and it's 2-1 Detroit. George Brunet is still our batter. Is still our pitcher. Don Wert's our batter. He is 0 for 2. Last time he hit into a double play and a line drive after McAuliffe walked. Here's the pitch. I think McAuliffe was mad. That's why he hit the home run, so he wouldn't have to worry about it again. And Don Wert flies out to our center fielder, Jose Cardinal, for the first out of the game. It's a deep center field here at Angel Stadium. Here we go. Dick Trzaskowski's 0 for 1. Last time up, he grounded out to the pitcher. Here's the pitch. 22. He hits a single, gets his first hit of the season for him. And he's going to be remaining out. It's a single over to right field. Hall picks it up, throws it back in. Trzaskowski's on first with 1 away. We have 1 down. Batter is Norm Cash. Norm Cash is always a threat. We have 0 for 2. Tigers are going to try something here. Here we go. And a foul ball. Run on first holds. So we're all set there. Here we go. Here's the pitch. It's a 61. It's a strike. The count is 1-1. And you're going to let me do what I want to do. So we're just going to swing away. 52. And it's a double play ball. 5-4-3. Round the horn. And we have 3 outs. Very, very nicely done. They held Cash up. And instead of trying for the hit and run, they took it back down. Cash goes into the 5-4-3 double play. Congratulations to California on their first one of the season. We are in the bottom of the 6th. Jim Fregosi is our batter. He is 0 for 2 today, last time up. Let me take a look. He grounded out to our shortstop, Dick Trzeski. Here's the pitch. The 46 for Fazowski, and he is struck out by McLain. That's McLain's first strikeout of the season. Jimmy Hall's our batter. He is 1 for 2. Here's the pitch to Mr. Hall. It's a 34. And he flies out deep to our center fielder, Jim Northrup, and this is an out. That's almost like a desert out there, or Death Valley if you try to hit out the center field. Even with the Red Sox games too, if you remember, from 1978. Hall is out. Rick Reichardt's our next batter. He popped out to the second baseman in the 4th inning. Here's the pitch. It's a 23. He slaps the ground ball over Northup. Northup turns, fires over to Cash, and we have an out. It is still 2-1 Detroit after 6 innings. Brunet's still in our mound. He's not pitching a bad job. He's only had 3 hits against him. The problem is one was a home run. The batter is Al Kaline. Al Kaline last time up grounded out to the third baseman in the 4th. And here's the pitch to Kaline from Brunet. It's a 54. Kaline flies out to our right fielder, Mr. Hall, and scarfs him up. 1 away. Next batter up is Jim Northrup. Northrup grounded out to Don Mitchell unassisted in the 5th. 2-1 game. Brunet's on the mound. Here's the pitch. It's a 65. And Jim Northrup flies over to the right to our third baseman, goes into foul territory. Deep in the foul territory, heading over towards the dugout, and makes the grab for a good catch by Shaw, and good work by the California Angels bench to keep him aware. Here we go. Gates Brown's our batter. Here's the pitch. It's a 12. And Gates Brown slaps the ball over to our second baseman, Bobby Knoop, and fires over to our first base pitcher. That is 3 away. It's a 1-2-3 inning for George Brunet. At the end of 7, in a pitch, still, I don't care, it's a pitcher's duel. Tigers 2, Angels 1. Denny McLain still is on the mound, pitching a gem. Don Mitcher's our batter. Here's the pitch. It's a 12 for Mincher. Mincher hits it out into the field, and he over to McCullough. McCullough fires back over to Cash. It's 4-3. It's 1 away. Jose Cardinal, 1 for 2 today, has the only run for the Angels, scored in the 2nd inning. Last time up, in the 4th, he grounded out to our second baseman. Here's the pitch. It's a 23. And Cardinal flies out over towards Kaline. Kaline snags the ball in. Guys, we need to tell our own players. We need to tell the Tigers. We don't want to tell them that, though. But center and left field in this right field in this game seems to be Death Valleys. Next batter up, Bob Rogers, the catcher. He is 1 for 1 today and a walk. Last time up, he walked. Here's the pitch. It's a 23. And he slaps it over to McCall. McCall fires over the Cash for the out. 4-3. At the end of 7 innings, it is 2-1 Detroit. We're now in the top of the 8th. George Brunet's still on the mound. Phil Freehand's our batter. He is 1 for 2. Last time up, he did single to first, scored on McCall's home run. Here's the pitch. It's a 42. That's a ball from Mr. Freehand. A 34 instead. We have a chance. Not going to happen. A fly out to our center fielder. Again, Death Valley takes over. Jose Cardinal's got quite a few putouts today. Both pitchers have had lots of flyouts. Look at that when we get to the final stats of the game. Dick McCullough has a home run. Here's the pitch. 24. And he has struck out. Somebody's finally got McCullough out. Denny McLain's our batter. It is the top of the 8th. Why not? They're both pitching gems. If it goes beyond, we'll work on it. And he grounds out to our shortstop, Jim Fregosi, who fires over to Mincher for the out. It is now bottom of the 8th, 2-1. Bobby Knopp is our batter. Here's the pitch. 52. And Bobby Knopp has grounded out to the third baseman. George Brunet is in there. The Angels need a run. We need a pinch hitter. Oh my God. Is that for real? Okay, Roger Repos is going to be coming in to pinch hit for George Brunet. Roger Repos is yet to bat in 1967. Whoops, wrong one. Sorry about that, guys. Okay, Roger Repos, and we'll get to the California lineup. Okay, guy pitched a great game then too. Buck Rogers. Okay, I'll have to remember that. Okay, there we go. Stats. Alright, Roger Repos played in 74 games, batted .250, had 5 home runs, 20 RBIs, had 9 doubles, and 1 triples. He had 15 out of 44 were extra bases for his hits. Slugging percentage of .398. On base percentage of .716. He also had 19 walks to go along with 36 strikeouts. So, he will be our pinch hitter for George Brunet. Here's the pitch. It's a 64 for Repos, and he is struck out by McLain. It's McLain's second strikeout. Paul Shaw is our batter. Here's the pitch. 66. We got a chance. Here we go. This could happen, folks. It's a 12. And he reaches on single. Stays on first. Shaw's on first. 2 away. Jim Fergosi's our batter. He is batting 0 for 3. He is the starting shortstop for the California Angels. Here is our thing. 53. And he grounds out to the third baseman. The top bottom of the 8th. It's a 2-1 game. Brunet is out. Not bad guy to bring in. And we are going to bring in Bill Kelso. Bill Kelso will be our pitcher if he's in here. There he is. Bill Kelso in 1967 went 5-3. Started 1 game, got in 69 games, finished 32, had 11 saves. He had 4 blown saves. Doesn't have to worry about that. I'm surprised I found that stat in here. Keep an eye on that stuff. He had 91 strikeouts along with 63 walks, 10 intentional, gave up 6 home runs. 2 balks, 5 wild pitches, 4 hits batters. But like I said, this game here, cards are terrible. Batter is Don Wart. Here's the pitch by Kelso. It's a 33 to Wart. Single for Wart. Doesn't get the stolen base. And he singles over to right field. And once again, our right fielder Hall picks it up. Dick Trzuski is our batter. Don Wart's on first. Tigers are going to try to get an insurance run out of here. So let's see what happens. Hits a 31 to Trzuski. Grounds out to 6-3. Over to the shortstop. Slow, soft ground ball over to Fergosi. Fergosi fires it over to Mincher. Downward takes second base on. What's not going to be a sacrifice? Well, it could be a sacrifice. Norm Cash is up. He is 0 for 3 today. Here's the pitch. It's a 23 for Cash. Cash flies out again to our Death Valley right field Hall. And it is a 2 away. Wert's still on second. K-Line is up to bat. 2 out. Here's the pitch. It's a 33 to Al K-Line. He has got a chance to make a difference in here. 55. Possible to see what happens here. And Al K-Line hits a 2-run home run in the top of the 9th inning. Brings in Wert. That's his first home run of the season. Great job by K-Line. Out over deep center field. Somebody finally got past Death Valley to smack one out. And it is 4-1 Detroit. Jim Northrop's our batter. There are still 2 away. Here's the pitch. It's a 34. And Jim Northrop flies out to our center fielder. Again, Death Valley reappeared. but not before the Tigers scored 2 runs on 2 hits. Nobody left. At the end of 8.5, it is 4-1 Detroit. Danny McLain is in here now. He's in the 9th inning. Had his rating lowered to a D. I'm going to keep him in because he is pitching a good game. Like I said, me and MP3, we need to talk. They need to change the way their game is. I love their stats package, but their cards, they got to fix the cards and a few other things. So that when you play, whatever you change pitchers, cards are affected. It'd be great. If they could pick up the Digital Diamonds front and just leave it at 2 dice, I'd be all set. Here we go. McLain's on the first pitch, 2. Jimmy Hall. It's a 26. Hall flies out to our right fielder, Al Kaline, and we have 1 away. The batter is Rick Reichart. Here's the pitch. It's a 26. Reichart also flies out to our right fielder, Al Kaline. Got a good one going. Bottom of the 9th. Don Mitchell's our batter. 2 away. He is 0 for everything. Here's the pitch. It's a 42. Don Mitchell draws a walk. McLain's 2nd walk of the game. And he is on first. Jose Cardinal can make this an interesting game. He is 1 for 3 today. Last time up, he flew out to Al Kaline. Here's the pitch. It's an 11. It can get interesting. Here we go, guys. 24. Possible home run. No, it's a double. Jose Cardinal doubles up. Don Mitchell scores from first. It is a 4-2 game. McLain's given up his 2nd run of the game. 2 away. That's not Bob Rogers. That's Buck Rogers, guys. I think we all know. I think not the Space Guy, but I think we've heard of Buck Rogers before somewhere. Here's the pitch by McLain. 2 away. Buck Rogers gets a single. It's going to get interesting now. And he doesn't get the jump. He is on first. It is 4-3. McLain is going to have to be done here. He's getting real tired and racked. Now, Al, my friend who plays the 1960s. I think he got 1967 running. Let me show you something about Detroit. I think I like it. You called it by committee. It's not by committee. They do have the right idea. Okay? But it's not by committee. The Detroit Tigers closer is... They've got Fred Gladding. But really, in 1967, see this man right here? John Hiller ended up being the true closer. Fred Gladding ended up in Houston. Mark Marshall, we all know about. He ended up in Seattle. And then the Dodgers, where he became one of the great ones. You can't go wrong there. So, but out of respect, we're going to bring in Fred Gladding to this game to try for the save. It is 4-3. Runner on first, 2 away. Here is the pitch to Bobby Knoop. It is a 44. And Bobby Knoop grabs out to our 3rd baseman. Don Wirt fires over the cash. Game over. Detroit 4. Angels 3. McLain gets the win. Gladding will get the save once I get around to it. We'll save our game. Uh, 412, right? Let me take a look here. 411. Okay. 411. All right. Okay. Tigers versus the Angels. There we go. Okay. We'll save the game now. 411-67. There we go. That's a save. Game over. 4-3. Tigers win it. All right. Fred Gladding gets the save. That easy on 1 pitch. Okay. I'm not going to hit Kelso for the blown save. Yeah, I do. All right. And box score vertical. Save as. Save. Yes. Okay, guys, here we go. It was a great, well-played game. Tigers 4 runs on 5 hits, no errors. The Angels 3 runs, 7 hits, no errors. George Brunet gets the loss. Denny McLain gets the win. George Brunet pitched 8 innings, gave up 2 runs on 3 hits. Walked 2, struck out 3, gave up that home run to Dick McAuliffe. As you see right here in the 5th, Bill Kessel gave up 1 to Al Kaline in the 9th. 2 runs and 2 hits. So it just inflates the ERA just because he only did for 1 inning. For Detroit, Danny McLain pitched 8 2/3 innings, 3 runs on 7 hits, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts. Fred Gladden came in, got the save, pitched a 1/3 of an inning, gets credit for the save as he faced the winning run. Angels had 7 hits. Jose Cardinal had 2 with a double RBI. Buck Rogers had 2. He had the other RBI. It's brought in Cardinal. Don Minchard was 0 for 3, but still managed to get a run in off a walk. Don Minchard was involved in 12 putouts. Fregosi had 5. Knoop had 4. Shaw had 3. Like the way that goes, including a double play. I believe there's a double. There was not in here. Okay. Cardinal has first double of the year. Also, these 3 guys had their first RBIs of the year. Angels left 5 pitches out there. Okay. And alright, here we go. Detroit. Kaline hit his first, McAuliffe hit his first. Both had 2 RBIs. McAuliffe also had a stolen base. Norm Cash grounded into the first, only double play. So on the other stats, it'll show you where the double play is in there. Does it show it here? I'm surprised. We've got to fix that. Actually, this is the way it should look anyway. Norm Cash had 12 putouts. A lot of times it's McAuliffe and Wirt. McLain also had 3 assists. Very unusual for a pitcher. But as I said, 6 to right field. 1 to center. That's on Detroit. 7 of them. Okay, 3 to right field. 4 to center. 14 hits out that way, and only 1 home run was smacked out of there. Again, 1967, guys, at California. It was a final. Tigers 4, Angels 3. A well-played game. McLain gets the win. Brunet gets the loss. I thank everybody very much once again. This is an enjoyment as always. I gotta go to bed. It's late. I played 4 games tonight. I thank you all very, very much, whoever watches this. Everybody have a great time. I will try to play a lot more during the week if I can. I also have golf going on, so I have to be careful. Thank you again, once again, very, very much. Have a great evening. Have a great week if I don't hear from you. And take care.